Well, I didn't want to make this video, but here we are. Season's over. Giants are out of the playoffs, and the freaking Eagles are going to the NFC Championship game. The exact scenario no Giants fan wanted. I mean, congrats to the Eagles, I guess. I don't know. I hate the Eagles. I think I could have dealt with this more if it was close. A heartbreaking loss would have sucked way worse than this. But if it was like, I don't know, like 20-30, and it's like, okay, we were kind of close the whole time. It was like clear every time the Giants scored, the Eagles, scored a little bit more. And it was like, all right, we're not winning this, but at least the team's there. I don't know if the Giants showed up today. I think they're still back in their hotel room waiting for the pipes to get fixed. I mean, sheesh. They're 7 points away from might as well not even having showed up. It's just pathetic all around. These coaches felt like they were more occupied with their freaking interviews tomorrow than... wait, is it past midnight? No, the Eagles won so fast it's not even past midnight. Yeah, the coaches felt very occupied with other things. The schemes were horrible. Against the Eagles with the backups, I mean, the Eagles, might have been holding back a tad in that game. Although you wouldn't think they should because they needed that win to get the first seed. Or lock up the first seed. They would have gotten it anyway because Dallas also sucks. But you would have thought the Eagles would have given their all in that game. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But the scheme was so good for the Giants in that game. Every single play, I'm like, man, if Daniel Jones was running that QB run, that's a first down, maybe a touchdown, maybe more. Man, if Saquon Barkley's out there instead of Brady, he might have broken that tackle. And in this game, the scheme is just awful. Like, absolutely terrible. The run game actually wasn't god-awful, but who knows how much of that is, because the Eagles got ahead so fast. It's like, who knows if that's just the Eagles playing light or if the Giants actually had something in the run game. I don't know. That was a hard game to watch for most of the time. The one bright spot was the Giants' touchdown drive. And it was just so pathetic. What a bad game for the Giants. The Eagles played great. I don't want to take it away from them, just being like, no, the Giants didn't show up. No, the Eagles did show up, though. That's how you get a blowout that bad, but the Giants did not show up. It feels like the Giants are so bad. It feels like they would have lost the game 7-10 if there wasn't another team. I don't know how they would have managed to put 10 points on themselves, but it felt like they were trying to. It's just so bad. Yeah, hopefully the 49ers are an amazing team that makes it to the Super Bowl from the NFC. That's all I'm hoping for now. It's such a bad game. Giants have a lot to think about now going into the offseason, but I don't think it will affect any of their major decisions because this feels more like coaching than on the players. Saquon Barkley tried his best. Late in the game, he was breaking tackles. He was still going at it. It's tough to make the throws Daniel Jones has been making all year when the offensive line can't hold up for half a second. And, I was thinking the Giants would need to revitalize that offensive line anyway, so might as well really make sure that happens this offseason. A lot of people were talking about the linebackers, and, the linebackers weren't great, but, man, we had bad linebackers all year that didn't stop us any other point in the season. It really felt like what changed today was horrible schemes. The defense... Okay, so it's bad when the Eagles line up and the defense isn't ready. Like, the Eagles line up, could have taken the snap and gotten the Giants way off guard. There were guys, there was no one even lining up on wide receivers on several plays. Like, there's just two guys for the Eagles on the left side wide open. It's like, is anyone going to cover them? It's like you want to talk about running a screen. Those Eagles guys could literally have just turned to the left. Jalen Hurts could throw a bullet to them. Easy 7 yards. But they didn't even need to do that because then they would run like a full route and still be wide open. The Giants' defense was non-existent, and the Giants' offense decided to not do the defense any favors. A shootout could have been fun, but the offense was not having it. It's just small things impacting the offense. I didn't think the offensive scheme was too god-awful. Just the offensive line couldn't hold up. And the Eagles' secondary was doing a really good job on the Giants' wide receivers. So the offense, kind of just sputtered out like that. Daniel Jones didn't look great, but, having a guy in your face every 5 seconds will do that. Or didn't even get 5 seconds. He did it on a couple plays, and he still looked bad. He could have done a lot better in those plays. There were so many throws where it's like, come on, Daniel Jones. I know you could have made that, but, he's pressured. He's moving. That's why I don't think it's going to affect any contracts or anything crazy. Although, it does prevent Daniel Jones from getting $50 million a year, that's for sure. Just sucks that the Giants couldn't keep this storybook season going. A run in the playoffs, just would have been amazing. I mean, I guess the Giants did make a run. Beating the Vikings was huge. Giants, gotta remember that for next season. Like, the Giants had a good year. Made the playoffs. Won a game in the playoffs. That's huge. It just really sucks that it had to end to the Eagles. Couldn't have ended to the 49ers. Couldn't have ended to anybody else. It just had to end to the Eagles. That's what sucks the most. It was even close either. Like, it was just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. You can't let that happen. I mean, for, all the people waiting for the drafts, hey, we got, like, a slightly better draft pick than if we lost next week. Whoa, amazing. You would have had to give up, like, a 4th-round pick to move up that many spots. Aren't you excited? Freaking... It's just so bad. I'm running out of things to say. It was just bad. The only guy that showed up was Graham Gano. He kicked his extra point. It was amazing. Next season. Yay. Can't wait. Woo. Let's see. Bills-Niners Super Bowl wouldn't be bad. Niners-Chiefs Super Bowl wouldn't be bad. Could be fun to watch, but the Niners got to get there. Otherwise, it's just going to be very stressful. Don't want any NFC East teams advancing now, because the Dallas Eagles NFC Championship game would just be horrible to watch. I might not even watch it. I might boycott that game. It would be so bad. I was just like, no, I can't do it. I can't watch it. It would just be so bad to see that. So hopefully it's the Niners. Yeah, I wouldn't physically be able to watch that game. It'd be so bad if it was Eagles-Cowboys. Giants obviously just could not get the job done, apparently. Just pathetic. Just pathetic. That was the one thing that was good about Joe Judge. He beat the Eagles. I think he got him once in 2020 and in 2021. Or if he didn't get him in 2020, he would have if Evan Ingram didn't drop that pass. And then had him in the one game in 2021. So that was one thing Joe Judge was good at. And, the other Giants coaches I've seen have not been able to just beat the Eagles. I don't know what it is. The Eagles have had the Giants' number lately, and that continued 3 times this season. 3 times. I don't know. After that horrible... I'm blaming... If I'm pointing to one reason the Giants lost this game, it's scheme. The players could have played better, obviously, Eagles' offensive line was keeping the Giants' defensive line at bay all game, couldn't stop the run, couldn't stop the pass. But you got to put the players in better positions on defense. And on offense, I put it more on the players than the scheme by a little bit, maybe, because that offensive line just couldn't hold up, but... The scheme could have been better, too. It felt like we were passing. We should have run. And in the beginning, it felt like we were running when we maybe could have passed. I don't know. I just felt like the run game was actually kind of working, though. I felt like the Giants just needed to do that more, but didn't do it. Got down early. Felt they needed to pass. And, they're also doing weird stuff with the 4th downs. Like, you go for it for 4th and 8, and Daniel Jones almost gets sacked. And then you don't go for it on 4th and 6 when it was like your one shot to get back in the game. Not that it would have been like, like a 1-score game. But you keep that drive alive, maybe you score a touchdown and be 14-28. You don't put yourself behind the mark that much. Absolutely horrible performance from the Giants. I got to wrap this one up because this is just sad. Yeah, I got nothing else. I don't know. See you guys in the next video. I'll try to have something up that's less pathetic at some point.